Lena Harper could hardly believe the message glowing in front of her. Her heart raced as the holographic letters floated in midair. "Congratulations, Lena Harper. You have been accepted into the Celestial Vanguard Academy." She blinked, thinking it must be a mistake. Humans were rare in the galaxy, and the Academy was legendary, home to the brightest, strongest, and most brilliant beings from hundreds of worlds. She had never imagined a human like herself could ever be invited, yet here it was, shimmering before her eyes. The invitation was not just an acceptance. It was a challenge, a declaration that she would be stepping into a world where she might not belong. She knew the dangers. Some species regarded humans as fragile, weak, or too emotional for the rigorous training at the Academy. If anyone discovered her human identity too soon, it could ruin everything. Deep breaths. She whispered to herself, "You've got this." The journey to the Academy was unlike anything Lena had ever experienced. The transport ship moved faster than light, slicing through space with hums of energy she could feel in her chest. Outside the viewing window, stars stretched and warped, creating a tunnel of shimmering light. Her stomach fluttered with excitement and nerves. When the ship finally docked at the Academy, Lena's jaw dropped. The station floated around a bright young star, a colossal structure of towers and bridges that twisted impossibly, defying conventional physics. Gardens floated in midair, trees glimmering with faint ethereal light. Alien ships moved gracefully through the docking ports, each unlike any human craft she had seen. Her first steps inside were overwhelming. She walked through halls that pulsed with color, walls that shifted like liquid, and floors that seemed to float beneath her feet. Everywhere she looked, beings of all shapes and forms moved with purpose. Some were crystalline, their bodies catching light and reflecting dazzling patterns. Others had multiple limbs, glowing eyes, or bodies that seemed almost liquid in shape. And then there were humanoids, tall, slender, and graceful, but none like her. The Academy's orientation was intense. Lena met her instructors, beings who radiated authority and intelligence. One, a being named Talon, had skin that shimmered like mercury and eyes that seemed to look into her very thoughts. Another, Professor Vila, communicated through melodic vibrations that resonated in the air. Lena struggled at first to understand the alien languages and customs, but her quick mind adapted fast. Her first training session tested her physical abilities. Lena's human body was not as strong or fast as many of her classmates, but she had endurance and resilience that surprised even her. While a crystalline being completed the obstacle course in seconds, Lena relied on strategy, timing, and observation to finish. By the end, she was exhausted, muscles burning, but proud. She had not failed. During lunch in the Academy's massive dining hall, Lena noticed subtle glances from her peers. Whispers floated around her in languages she barely recognized. Kiro, a young alien strategist with pale blue skin and intricate markings on his face, sat across from her. He seemed curious rather than hostile, watching her carefully. "You are different," Kiro said softly, his voice like a stream of liquid metal. "Most here would not try what you just did on the obstacle course." Lena smiled nervously. "I have to find ways to keep up. I can't afford to fall behind." Kiro nodded, but there was something unreadable in his expression. He seemed to sense there was more to her than met the eye, but he did not press. Instead, he shared tips about the Academy, explaining hidden shortcuts, the subtle politics, and ways to earn respect without provoking envy. In the following days, Lena was introduced to classes unlike anything she had studied on Earth. She learned about starcraft navigation, interspecies diplomacy, energy manipulation, and advanced technology that made human science seem primitive. In labs, she worked with alien devices that responded to thought, forming patterns and energy constructs. Her human intuition allowed her to approach problems differently, solving challenges that alien students had struggled with for years. Yet, the admiration she earned came with caution. Lena began noticing hints of suspicion. Some students would freeze for a moment when she entered a room, exchanging glances with one another. Rumors spread, quiet, careful murmurs in corners of the hallways. She realized her human identity was a secret she had to protect. If it were revealed prematurely, the consequences could be severe. One evening, Lena discovered something that chilled her. While exploring a less frequented part of the Academy, she found a hidden chamber. Inside, screens and holograms displayed profiles of students with notes about their abilities, strengths, and, disturbingly, origins. It seemed some students were being monitored more closely than others, those who were unusual or unproven. Lena's name was listed, her human status marked in a color that seemed to signify caution. She swallowed hard. She wasn't just a new student. She was an anomaly, a human in a place that had never seen one before, and that made her vulnerable. The next test was a simulation exercise designed to challenge both intelligence and teamwork. Lena's team was paired against elite alien students. The simulation unfolded in a holographic landscape of shifting terrain, with dangers at every turn. Energy barriers, traps, and hostile robotic creatures. Lena's team struggled at first. Her alien teammates were strong, fast, and capable, but their strategies were rigid, relying on their species' traditional methods. Lena's human creativity, unpredictability, and willingness to take calculated risks made the difference. She noticed a pattern in the simulation that no one else had seen. "Follow me," she urged. "We take the side path. It's dangerous, but it avoids their traps." Her teammates hesitated. Then, seeing her confidence and reasoning, they followed. Lena guided them through a narrow energy corridor, dodging traps and surprising their opponents. By the end, her team had won the simulation, and even the instructors seemed impressed. But the victory came with consequences. As the team celebrated, Lena felt eyes on her. Some students were awed, others resentful. A few looked openly wary, whispering to each other. Her success had drawn attention, not all of it positive. Later, Kiro approached her, his expression unreadable. "You did well today, but you must be careful. People will watch you. Not everyone is impressed by humans." "I know," Lena replied. I want to prove we can belong here, that humans can match anyone." Kiro studied her for a moment and finally said, "Perhaps you can. But proving it may be more dangerous than you think." The day ended with Lena returning to her quarters, looking out at the stars beyond the academy's windows. The view was breathtaking. Planets spinning slowly, distant nebulae glowing in vibrant colors, ships moving gracefully through space. She felt small yet determined. Being human here was not just a challenge, it was an opportunity. Her mind replayed the simulation, her secret status, the whispers she had overheard. Being the first human at the academy was a privilege, but also a burden. She knew she had to master not only the classes and training, but also the politics and secrets of this elite institution. Lena lay on her bed, exhausted, but resolute. Her human body ached. Her mind was buzzing with calculations and strategies, yet she smiled. She had made it this far. She had survived her first week. And despite the uncertainty, despite the eyes watching her every move, she felt something fierce and unshakable, a spark of human resilience. The academy was vast, alien, and intimidating. It would test her in ways no human had ever faced. But Lena Harper was determined. She would not only survive, she would thrive. And perhaps in time she would show the galaxy that humans were not fragile, not weak. That humans could be clever, resourceful, and unstoppable. With that thought, Lena closed her eyes, letting the hum of the academy lull her into a restless but determined sleep, ready for the trials the next day would bring. The next morning, Lena woke early, the light from the distant star bathing her quarters in a soft golden glow. Her muscles ached from the previous day's training, but she felt no fear, only determination. Today was different. The academy had announced a series of advanced exercises designed to test not only strength and intelligence but leadership and creativity. She arrived at the training grounds, a massive dome suspended in zero gravity, where landscapes could shift from desert canyons to frozen tundras with a thought. Her instructors had warned the students that these exercises were designed to expose weaknesses and that alliances would be tested. Lena glanced around and saw familiar faces, some friendly, some wary, but she also noticed the subtle tension in the air. Whispers about her still circulated, and a few students shot her cautious looks. Kiro joined her, offering a rare smile. "You are becoming a problem for them," he said softly. "Not because you are dangerous, but because you think differently." "I'll take that as a compliment," Lena replied. She adjusted her training suit, feeling its hum respond to her body. "I didn't come here to fit in. I came to prove humans can be more than they expect." The first exercise was a tactical mission. Each team was dropped into a simulated war zone filled with hazards. Shifting terrain, unpredictable weather, and alien drones programmed to test strategy and reflexes. Lena's team was paired with species known for precision and speed, while other teams consisted of seasoned elite cadets who had trained for years. At the start, Lena noticed a pattern that no one else seemed to see. The drones were reacting not to force but to predictability. She realized that conventional strategies, the ones the elite students relied on, would fail. "Listen to me," Lena said, her voice steady as she outlined a new plan. "We move in unpredictable formations. We force the drones to react, not the other way around. Kiro, take point with the left flank. Mira, watch the rear." Her team hesitated but then trusted her instincts. The humans' strategy, unconventional, risky, and seemingly illogical, worked. They bypassed the drones, navigated hazards, and completed the mission faster than any other team. Lena's human creativity had turned what seemed impossible into success. As the team celebrated, Lena noticed a figure observing from a distance. Headmaster Arendor, the academy's leader. His shimmering cloak shifted colors as he watched, expression unreadable. Lena felt a shiver of both fear and pride. She had impressed him, but she knew he could see more than she intended. After the exercise, Lena was summoned to the headmaster's office, a space filled with floating orbs that displayed maps of the galaxy, holographic constellations, and archives of the academy's history. Arendor's eyes seemed to pierce through her, calm but powerful. "You performed exceptionally," he said in a voice that resonated like distant thunder. "Few cadets, regardless of species, have such intuition. But your presence here is unusual. Humans are rare in this academy. You must understand the scrutiny you are under." "I understand," Lena replied, standing tall. "I didn't come here to be ordinary. I came to prove humans can contribute just as much as anyone else." Arendor studied her for a long moment. "Be careful. Your human instincts may serve you well, but they also make you unpredictable. And unpredictable can be dangerous in ways you do not yet see." Lena left the office with a mix of pride and unease. The headmaster recognized her potential, but she realized the academy held secrets she had yet to uncover, secrets that could affect not only her place here, but the future of humans in the galaxy. The following weeks were a blur of challenges. Lena excelled in energy manipulation, mastering complex constructs that even alien students struggled to control. She deciphered alien codes, solved navigation puzzles, and led her team through simulated crises with courage and creativity. Each success brought admiration from some, jealousy from others, and cautious respect from Kiro and a few instructors. But Lena also discovered evidence of hidden politics within the academy. Certain factions sought to suppress students deemed unconventional or unworthy, including herself. Notes and whispers suggested that some elite cadets had plotted to undermine her, hoping to expose her human identity to gain advantage or eliminate a perceived threat. Lena realized that excelling academically was not enough. She had to navigate social and political challenges as well. Then came the Celestial Trials, the most prestigious test of all. Each student's abilities, leadership, and strategy would be examined in a simulated galaxy-wide crisis. The trials were renowned for their difficulty, often lasting days, testing endurance, intelligence, and moral judgment. Lena's team faced elite cadets from multiple species, including those known for cunning, strength, and advanced technology. The trials began with a simulated planetary disaster. A colony was under threat from rogue energy storms, alien creatures, and failing infrastructure. Lena immediately assessed the situation, noticing patterns and weaknesses in the simulations that others ignored. "We divide tasks based on strengths," Lena instructed. "Mira, reinforce the energy shields. Kiro, organize evacuation routes. I'll lead the stabilization effort. Trust the plan, but stay adaptable." Her team followed her directions, moving efficiently and avoiding the traps that had trapped other teams. Lena's human instincts, risk assessment, creativity, and empathy gave her team an edge. She anticipated problems before they occurred, using strategies that no alien had thought to attempt. As the simulation reached its climax, Lena's team faced a final obstacle, a massive energy anomaly threatening to consume the colony. Other teams struggled, relying on brute force or rigid tactics. Lena paused, analyzing the anomaly. Instead of attacking it directly, she devised a plan to redirect the energy, using her knowledge of alien technology combined with human ingenuity. The plan worked flawlessly. The anomaly was contained, the colony saved, and Lena's team emerged victorious. In the control room, holographic projections highlighted their success. Other students stared in awe, while some muttered under their breath, frustrated at being outperformed. After the trials, Lena was summoned once more to Arendor's office. This time, the headmaster's expression softened. "You have proven something remarkable," he said. "Not just skill, but leadership, courage, and creativity. You have challenged assumptions about your species. Few cadets, alien or human, could accomplish what you have." Lena bowed slightly. "Thank you, headmaster. I just wanted to show that humans can be capable, resourceful, and valuable." Arendor's eyes gleamed. "You have done more than prove capability. You have opened doors for future humans in the academy. Your presence is no longer a potential threat, it is an example. But remember, the galaxy will continue to test you. You must remain vigilant and adaptable." Outside the office, Lena rejoined her friends. Kiro smiled, nodding in quiet approval. "You did it," he said simply. "You proved them wrong." Lena felt a surge of pride, but also a quiet determination. She had won the trials, gained respect, and demonstrated the strength of humans. Yet she knew the journey had only begun. The academy was vast, full of challenges, secrets, and opportunities. Her human ingenuity, courage, and determination had made her a part of this elite world, but she also understood that every success brought new responsibilities. That evening, Lena stood on the academy's observation deck, gazing at the stars. Ships moved gracefully through space. Distant planets spun in silent majesty, and nebulae glowed in colors that defied human imagination. She realized that being human here was no longer a disadvantage, it was a gift. Her creativity, adaptability, and courage had set her apart, proving that even the most untested species could rise to greatness. Lena smiled, letting the vastness of the galaxy fill her with hope and determination. She had arrived as a human among aliens, unsure if she would belong, but now she understood that identity was not a limitation. It was her strength, and so Lena Harper, the first human at the Celestial Vanguard Academy, stood ready for whatever the galaxy would throw at her next. She was no longer just a student. She was a symbol of human potential, resilience, and ingenuity. The stars beyond beckoned, and Lena knew that this was only the beginning of a journey that could change the galaxy itself.